Every object we interact with has its own energy, shaped by its history and the intentions behind it. This energy can be influenced by various factors, including the emotions of the giver, the circumstances under which the object was created, and even the places it has traveled. From a Buddhist viewpoint, this energy can have a tangible impact on our lives, influencing our mental state and emotional balance. When we accept a gift, we are not just receiving a physical item, we are also inviting the energy associated with that object into our lives. This energy can uplift and inspire us, or it can weigh us down with negative vibrations. For instance, a handmade gift from a close friend might carry love and warmth, enriching our spiritual journey. Conversely, an object linked to conflict or hardship can bring about feelings of discomfort or unease. By recognizing the energy of objects, we can become more discerning in our interactions with them. This discernment is essential for cultivating a mindful approach to gift acceptance. The process of evaluating an object's energy involves tuning into our feelings and intuitions about the item and its origins. This practice not only fosters awareness but also deepens our understanding of the connections we form with the people and items in our lives. As we navigate our relationships, we can reflect on the types of objects we are drawn to or repelled by. This awareness can lead us to examine our own emotional states and how they are influenced by the energies around us. Engaging with the world in this way allows us to make choices that resonate with our inner selves, ensuring that we cultivate environments that promote peace and well-being. Ultimately, understanding the energy of objects empowers us to take control of our spiritual journeys. It encourages us to embrace gifts that enhance our lives while thoughtfully declining those that do not align with our values and intentions. This practice of discernment not only protects our inner peace but also enriches our relationships, leading to a more harmonious existence. Mindfulness is essential when it comes to accepting gifts, as it involves being fully aware of the energy an object carries before deciding to accept it. This practice encourages us to pause and reflect, creating a space between our immediate reactions and our conscious choices. When we cultivate mindfulness, we allow ourselves to engage more deeply with the gifts we receive, recognizing that they hold more than just physical value. Being mindful means tuning into our thoughts and feelings about the object, assessing whether it resonates with our current state of being. For example, if we receive a gift that elicits joy and gratitude, we can embrace it with open hearts, appreciating the positive energy it brings. However, if a gift evokes discomfort or reminds us of negative experiences, mindfulness allows us to acknowledge those feelings and make a conscious decision to decline or set the item aside. This practice of mindful acceptance extends beyond just the act of receiving, it also shapes how we give. When we are aware of the energies we impart into the gifts we offer, we can choose items that reflect our intentions of love, support, and positivity. In this way, the cycle of giving and receiving becomes a more intentional exchange, enhancing our connections with others. Furthermore, mindfulness encourages us to consider the context in which gifts are given. Understanding the circumstances surrounding a gift can illuminate the intentions behind it. This awareness helps us navigate complicated relationships and determine whether to accept a gift, ultimately supporting our emotional and spiritual health. As we embrace mindful acceptance, we cultivate a deeper connection to our own values and boundaries. This intentional approach allows us to prioritize our peace and well-being, leading to a more fulfilling and balanced life. In practicing mindfulness, we empower ourselves to create a harmonious environment, not only for ourselves but also for those around us, fostering a culture of awareness and respect in our relationships. Inherited items can hold deep emotional weight, but they may also carry the energies of those who previously owned them. When we accept an inherited gift, we often do so with a sense of nostalgia and connection to our past, but it's important to consider the emotional history tied to these objects. Each item is imbued with the experiences, joys, sorrows, and conflicts of its previous owner, which can significantly affect our relationship with it. For instance, an heirloom that once belonged to a beloved grandparent might evoke warm memories and feelings of love. However, if that same object was associated with familial strife or unresolved issues, it could carry an undercurrent of negative energy that impacts us. Recognizing this duality is crucial in our practice of mindful acceptance. When we inherit an object, it's beneficial to reflect on its history. What stories does it carry? What emotions does it evoke within us? By examining our feelings toward inherited gifts, we can make informed decisions about whether to keep, display, or set aside these items. This process of evaluation empowers us to protect our emotional and spiritual well-being, ensuring that our living spaces are filled with objects that uplift us rather than weigh us down. Additionally, inherited objects often come with a sense of obligation or expectation, which can complicate our relationship with them. We may feel pressured to hold on to these items out of duty, even if they do not resonate with our current lives. By practicing mindfulness, we can discern whether these objects genuinely contribute to our happiness or if they simply serve as reminders of past obligations. Ultimately, navigating the energy of inherited objects requires a blend of emotional awareness and mindful acceptance. By honoring the memories and intentions associated with these gifts while also prioritizing our own peace, we can create a harmonious environment that reflects our true selves. This approach not only honors our past but also allows us to live more fully in the present, free from the burdens of unwanted energies tied to inherited possessions. Gifts from individuals with whom we have a complicated relationship can often bring unwanted feelings and vibrations. These relationships may be fraught with unresolved emotions, misunderstandings, or past conflicts, making the energy of any associated gift particularly complex. When we receive an item from someone with whom our connection is strained, it can evoke a range of emotions, ranging from gratitude to discomfort, nostalgia to resentment. Recognizing the potential impact of these gifts is essential. An object that might appear innocuous at first glance could serve as a reminder of a difficult conversation or a painful experience. In such cases, the energy tied to the relationship often lingers, making the act of accepting the gift more than just a simple exchange. It requires us to consider the emotional baggage that comes with it. By practicing mindful acceptance in these situations, we can evaluate our feelings before deciding to accept or decline the gift. It's important to ask ourselves questions like, does this gift enhance my life or contribute to my peace? Does it remind me of a past conflict, or does it hold positive memories? Engaging in this self-reflection allows us to navigate our emotional landscape and make choices that support our well-being. Moreover, this mindfulness extends to the context in which the gift is offered. If it comes during a moment of tension or after a disagreement, it may carry the residual energy of that conflict, complicating our response. Accepting such a gift without acknowledging the underlying dynamics can lead to further emotional turmoil. In these instances, it may be wiser to set boundaries and politely decline, prioritizing our inner peace over the social obligation to accept. Ultimately, gifts from complicated relationships serve as opportunities for growth and self-awareness. They challenge us to confront our feelings and boundaries, helping us discern what we truly want to bring into our lives. By embracing this practice, we empower ourselves to cultivate healthier, more positive relationships, allowing only those gifts that genuinely uplift our spirits to cross our thresholds. In doing so, we create a more harmonious space for ourselves and those around us, fostering connections that are rooted in understanding and respect. When gifts are acquired in conflict, they carry energies of discord and suffering that can seep into our lives if we choose to accept them. Objects associated with arguments, disagreements, or even broader social or familial tensions often embody the emotions of those experiences: anger, frustration, or sorrow. Accepting such gifts can inadvertently invite these negative energies into our homes and hearts, potentially disrupting our sense of peace. Understanding the context in which a gift is given is crucial. If the object was obtained during a contentious situation, it may be imbued with the residual feelings from that conflict. This can create a heavy atmosphere around the item, making it challenging to enjoy or appreciate it fully. The memories tied to the object can serve as constant reminders of the strife, overshadowing any positive intentions that might have accompanied the gift. As we practice mindful acceptance, we can develop the awareness needed to recognize these dynamics. Before accepting a gift that might have a complicated history, we should take a moment to reflect on its origins. Questions like, what emotions does this object evoke? And am I willing to accept the energy it carries? Can guide our decision-making process. This self-reflection allows us to discern whether the gift will enhance our lives or simply add to our emotional burden. In situations where we feel compelled to accept a gift linked to conflict, perhaps from a friend or family member who means well but does not fully understand the implications, we can still prioritize our well-being. It may be necessary to set boundaries by politely declining the gift or discussing the underlying feelings associated with it. This approach not only protects our inner peace but also opens a dialogue that can lead to healing and understanding within the relationship. Ultimately, recognizing and navigating the energies associated with objects from conflicts requires a blend of self-awareness and compassion. By choosing not to accept gifts that carry negative connotations, we take a stand for our emotional health and create a space that nurtures our spiritual growth. This practice empowers us to cultivate an environment filled with positive energy and meaningful connections, fostering relationships that thrive on mutual respect and understanding rather than on the remnants of past disputes. Gifts that evoke painful memories or represent difficult times should be approached with caution, as they can trigger emotional responses that disrupt our peace. When we accept an object tied to a past trauma or challenging experience, we risk bringing those negative associations into our present lives. Each time we encounter the item, we may be reminded of the pain or sorrow it represents, which can hinder our ability to move forward and embrace a more positive future. This phenomenon underscores the importance of mindful acceptance, especially when considering the emotional weight of certain gifts. As we reflect on whether to accept an item, we should ask ourselves, does this object serve as a reminder of a painful experience, or does it hold the potential for healing and growth? Engaging in this self-inquiry helps us discern whether an item will enhance our lives or simply act as a reminder of past struggles. In some cases, painful memories may be tied to gifts given during tumultuous times or from individuals with whom we've had conflicted relationships. An object that once symbolized a loving gesture might now evoke feelings of betrayal or loss, complicating our emotional landscape. This realization can guide us in making conscious choices about what we allow into our living spaces and hearts. Moreover, refusing gifts that evoke painful memories is not merely an act of decluttering, it is a profound act of self-care. By prioritizing our emotional well-being, we create an environment that fosters healing and positivity. This decision sends a message to ourselves that we deserve to surround ourselves with items that uplift us, rather than those that weigh us down. It's also important to recognize that the process of letting go of items associated with painful memories can be a gradual journey. It might involve revisiting our feelings about the gift, understanding its place in our past, and ultimately deciding that it no longer serves us. By engaging in this reflective practice, we empower ourselves to reclaim our space and energy, allowing us to move forward with greater clarity and purpose. In essence, navigating the energy of gifts tied to painful memories requires both sensitivity and strength. By making mindful choices, we can create a sanctuary filled with items that resonate with joy and peace, allowing us to honor our past while fully embracing the present. This intentional approach not only protects our emotional health but also paves the way for a more fulfilling and balanced life, free from the burdens of what no longer serves us. Accepting gifts tied to unfamiliar spiritual practices can lead to unwanted energies that disrupt our personal spiritual journeys. These objects often carry specific intentions, rituals, or beliefs that we may not fully understand. When we accept such gifts, we might unwittingly invite energies that conflict with our own values or spiritual path, creating an imbalance that can manifest in various ways: discomfort, confusion, or even anxiety. Mindful acceptance becomes crucial in these situations. Before accepting a gift linked to unfamiliar spiritual practices, we should pause to reflect on our relationship with those practices. Questions like, do I resonate with the energy of this object? And am I comfortable with its associated beliefs? Can guide our decision-making process. Engaging in this self-reflection allows us to honor our own spiritual boundaries while remaining respectful of the intentions behind the gift. Additionally, it's important to consider the intentions of the giver. While they may have a genuine desire to share their beliefs or practices with us, it's essential that we assess whether we are ready to embrace those energies. Accepting a spiritual object that we do not fully understand can create confusion, as it may introduce concepts or practices that don't align with our current beliefs. This misalignment can disrupt our spiritual growth and lead to feelings of unease. Refusing such gifts does not mean we are dismissing the giver's beliefs; rather, it demonstrates our commitment to maintaining our own spiritual integrity. It's perfectly acceptable to express gratitude for the intention behind the gift while gently declining it. This approach fosters open communication and understanding, allowing both parties to appreciate each other's paths without compromising their own. In this context, the practice of mindful acceptance can also enhance our spiritual journeys. By surrounding ourselves with objects that resonate with our beliefs and values, we create an environment that supports our growth. Engaging only with gifts that align with our spiritual paths empowers us to cultivate a deeper connection with ourselves and our practices. Ultimately, navigating the complexities of unfamiliar spiritual objects requires a blend of self-awareness and compassion. By prioritizing our spiritual well-being and practicing mindful acceptance, we can create a space that nurtures our growth and honors our unique journeys. This intentional approach allows us to embrace the gifts that genuinely uplift our spirits while respectfully declining those that do not serve our higher purpose. Conditional gifts, those that come with expectations or obligations, can compromise our freedom and peace of mind. While they may initially appear generous, these gifts often carry unspoken strings that can create emotional burdens and complicate our relationships. Accepting a conditional gift may lead to feelings of indebtedness, where we feel obligated to reciprocate in ways that do not align with our true desires or circumstances. Mindful acceptance plays a crucial role in recognizing the implications of conditional gifts. Before accepting such an offering, it's important to evaluate our feelings and the underlying dynamics at play. Questions like, do I genuinely want this gift, or do I feel pressured to accept it? And what are the expectations attached to it? Can help us discern whether the gift will enhance our lives or impose constraints. Often, these gifts can alter the dynamics of our relationships. A friend or family member might offer a conditional gift with the expectation of loyalty or favor in return, creating a transactional rather than a genuine connection. This can lead to resentment and a feeling of imbalance, as the relationship becomes entangled with obligations rather than mutual support and understanding. By recognizing this dynamic, we can make more conscious choices that prioritize our emotional health and the integrity of our relationships. Refusing conditional gifts is not only an act of self-care but also a statement about the value we place on our autonomy. It signals to ourselves and others that we seek connections grounded in authenticity and respect, rather than obligation. By expressing gratitude for the intention behind the gift while clearly communicating our boundaries, we can maintain healthy relationships that thrive on mutual respect and understanding. Moreover, this practice can inspire a culture of open communication within our social circles. When we set boundaries around gift-giving, we encourage others to consider the motivations behind their offerings and foster an environment where genuine generosity can flourish. This shift allows us to build relationships that are rooted in authenticity, enhancing our emotional well-being. Ultimately, navigating the complexities of conditional gifts requires self-awareness and the courage to prioritize our well-being. By practicing mindful acceptance and refusing gifts that come with strings attached, we create a life filled with genuine connections and a sense of freedom. This intentional approach empowers us to cultivate relationships that nurture our spirits, allowing us to thrive in environments characterized by mutual support and understanding. While expensive gifts may seem generous and thoughtful, they can create relational imbalances and feelings of indebtedness that complicate our interactions with the giver. The energy associated with such lavish offerings often comes with unspoken expectations that can weigh heavily on both parties. Accepting an expensive gift may lead to feelings of obligation, where we feel pressured to reciprocate in kind, potentially straining our relationship and disrupting our sense of personal autonomy. Mindful acceptance is essential in navigating these dynamics. Before accepting an expensive gift, it is crucial to consider not only the intention behind it but also the implications it carries. Questions such as, what expectations might come with this gift? And how might accepting it affect our relationship? Can help us evaluate the potential emotional burden. Engaging in this self-reflection allows us to make choices that prioritize our peace of mind and emotional health. Moreover, expensive gifts can sometimes shift the power dynamics in a relationship. The giver may unintentionally create a sense of imbalance, where the recipient feels beholden to reciprocate, even if it's not feasible or aligned with their values. This imbalance can lead to resentment and a sense of obligation that overshadows the initial generosity of the gift. By recognizing these dynamics, we can approach expensive gifts with greater awareness and intentionality. It's important to communicate openly about our feelings regarding expensive gifts. If we find ourselves uncomfortable with such offerings, we can express our gratitude while also setting clear boundaries. This approach allows us to honor the giver's intentions while prioritizing our emotional well-being. In doing so, we foster an environment where both parties feel valued and respected, enhancing the authenticity of the relationship. Refusing expensive gifts doesn't diminish the giver's generosity, rather. It highlights our commitment to maintaining a balanced and healthy dynamic. By cultivating relationships built on mutual respect and understanding, we can ensure that our connections are not clouded by feelings of indebtedness or obligation. Ultimately, navigating the complexities of expensive gifts requires both self-awareness and a commitment to emotional integrity. By practicing mindful acceptance and setting boundaries around such offerings, we create a space that prioritizes genuine connections and personal autonomy. This intentional approach empowers us to engage with relationships in a way that uplifts our spirits and fosters harmony, allowing us to thrive in environments characterized by mutual support and understanding. Gifts offered during or after conflicts often carry residual negative emotions that can complicate our relationships and disrupt our inner peace. When a gift is given in the midst of disagreement, it may be laden with tension, unspoken apologies, or unresolved feelings, making it difficult to fully appreciate the gesture. Accepting such a gift can inadvertently invite that emotional baggage into our lives, reminding us of the conflict rather than providing a sense of reconciliation or joy. This highlights the importance of mindful acceptance when it comes to gifts given during turbulent times. Before deciding to accept a gift in the aftermath of a disagreement, it's essential to reflect on the context in which it was offered. Questions like, does this gift symbolize healing, or does it remind me of the unresolved issues between us, can help us gauge our feelings and decide whether to embrace or decline the offering. Engaging in this introspection enables us to make choices that prioritize our emotional health and well-being. Additionally, gifts received during times of conflict can alter the dynamics of our relationships. They may create a false sense of resolution, leading us to believe that the underlying issues have been addressed simply because a gift was exchanged. This can delay necessary conversations and resolutions, allowing tension to linger beneath the surface. By recognizing this dynamic, we can approach these situations with greater awareness and honesty, prioritizing open communication over mere token gestures. Refusing a gift offered during a disagreement doesn't mean rejecting the relationship. Rather, it can serve as a catalyst for deeper conversations and healing. By expressing gratitude for the intention behind the gift while also addressing the underlying issues, we can foster an environment where honesty and mutual understanding are prioritized. This approach encourages both parties to engage in meaningful dialogue, paving the way for genuine reconciliation. Ultimately, navigating the complexities of gifts given in disagreement requires a blend of self-awareness and commitment to emotional integrity. By practicing mindful acceptance and being cautious about accepting gifts during turbulent times, we create a space that honors our feelings and promotes healthier interactions. This intentional approach empowers us to engage with our relationships in a way that fosters healing and understanding, allowing us to move forward with greater clarity and harmony. Protecting your peace is essential in cultivating a harmonious and fulfilling life, especially when it comes to the gifts and energies we allow into our lives. Each object we accept carries a unique energy that can either enhance our well-being or disrupt our inner tranquility. By being mindful of the gifts we choose to embrace, we empower ourselves to maintain a positive and peaceful environment. The practice of protecting our peace begins with self-awareness. Recognizing our feelings toward gifts, whether they bring joy or discomfort, enables us to make intentional choices about what we allow into our lives. This involves taking the time to reflect on each gift's energy and the emotions associated with it, ensuring that we are surrounded by items that resonate positively with us. In our interactions, we may encounter various pressures, whether from friends, family, or societal expectations, to accept gifts that do not align with our values or emotional state. These pressures can complicate our relationships and lead us to compromise our boundaries. However, by prioritizing our peace, we can develop the courage to decline gifts that do not serve our well-being. This decision not only protects our emotional health but also communicates to others that we value authenticity and mutual respect in our relationships. Moreover, protecting our peace involves fostering an environment where open communication is encouraged. When we set clear boundaries around gift-giving and acceptance, we create a space for honest discussions about intentions and expectations. This transparency helps to cultivate deeper connections, allowing both parties to feel heard and valued, while minimizing the likelihood of misunderstandings or unspoken obligations. Additionally, by prioritizing our well-being, we inspire those around us to reflect on their own choices and relationships. Our commitment to protecting our peace can serve as a model for others, encouraging them to evaluate the energies they accept and the gifts they offer. This creates a ripple effect, fostering a community grounded in awareness and mutual support. Ultimately, protecting your peace is an ongoing practice that requires intentionality and self-reflection. By embracing mindful acceptance and setting boundaries around the gifts we accept, we create a sanctuary filled with positive energy and meaningful connections. This approach empowers us to lead lives characterized by harmony and fulfillment, allowing us to thrive amidst the complexities of relationships and the gifts that come our way. In prioritizing our inner tranquility, we pave the way for a more authentic and joyful existence, where we can fully engage with the world around us. Prioritizing peace is an essential aspect of cultivating a life filled with joy, balance, and fulfillment. It requires a conscious commitment to creating an environment, both internally and externally, that supports our emotional and spiritual well-being. By focusing on peace, we empower ourselves to make choices that align with our values, ensuring that the energies we invite into our lives contribute positively to our overall experience. This commitment to prioritizing peace starts with self-reflection. Understanding what brings us tranquility allows us to identify the types of gifts and interactions that enhance our lives. We must ask ourselves what truly resonates with us and what disrupts our harmony. This discernment enables us to create boundaries that protect our peace, allowing us to engage more fully with those elements that uplift us. In practice, prioritizing peace often means making difficult decisions about the relationships and objects we accept into our lives. This might involve declining gifts that carry negative associations, navigating complex emotional dynamics, or setting boundaries with individuals whose energies clash with our own. While these choices may be challenging, they are essential for fostering an environment where we can thrive. Moreover, prioritizing peace is a proactive stance. It encourages us to actively seek out experiences and relationships that resonate with positivity and growth. This might include surrounding ourselves with supportive friends, engaging in practices that promote mindfulness, or intentionally curating our living spaces with objects that bring joy and comfort. By taking these steps, we create a sanctuary that nurtures our spirit and fosters resilience against external pressures. This intentional approach can also inspire those around us to reflect on their own choices. When we prioritize our peace, we model healthy boundaries and encourage others to do the same. This ripple effect fosters a culture of awareness and respect, allowing everyone to engage in relationships and experiences that enhance their well-being. Ultimately, prioritizing peace is not merely about avoiding negativity, it's about consciously cultivating a life filled with positive energy and meaningful connections. By engaging in practices that support our emotional health and making mindful decisions about the gifts we accept, we create a foundation for a fulfilling and harmonious existence. This dedication to peace allows us to navigate life's complexities with grace, fostering a sense of joy and balance that permeates every aspect of our lives. In this way, we not only enhance our own well-being but also contribute to a more peaceful and harmonious world around us. Making conscious choices is a vital part of prioritizing peace and cultivating a fulfilling life. Every decision we make, whether it pertains to the gifts we accept, the relationships we nurture, or the environments we create, shapes our emotional landscape. By approaching these decisions with intention, we can better align our actions with our values and well-being. Conscious choices begin with self-awareness. It involves taking the time to reflect on our feelings, beliefs, and desires, allowing us to understand what truly resonates with us. This self-reflection empowers us to discern which gifts enhance our lives and which may carry negative energies or obligations. When we approach gift-giving and acceptance with this level of awareness, we can ensure that our choices contribute positively to our emotional and spiritual health. Moreover, making conscious choices extends beyond just the items we accept. It also involves considering the dynamics of our relationships. Are we surrounding ourselves with people who uplift and support us, or are we engaging with those whose energies drain us? By consciously evaluating our social circles and prioritizing connections that resonate with our values, we create a supportive network that fosters our peace and growth. In addition, conscious choices encourage us to take responsibility for our emotional health. This means recognizing when certain gifts or interactions no longer serve us and having the courage to set boundaries. Refusing a gift that carries negative associations or declining an invitation that disrupts our peace might feel uncomfortable at first, but these choices are essential for maintaining our well-being. By prioritizing our needs, we send a powerful message to ourselves and others about the importance of self-care and respect. Furthermore, making conscious choices can have a profound impact on our environment. By curating our living spaces with objects that bring us joy and tranquility, we create a sanctuary that reflects our values and nurtures our spirit. This intentional approach to our surroundings fosters a sense of calm and balance, allowing us to thrive amidst life's challenges. Ultimately, conscious choices are about aligning our actions with our intentions. By engaging in self-reflection and being mindful of the gifts we accept and the relationships we cultivate, we create a life that resonates with peace and fulfillment. This dedication to intentionality not only enhances our own well-being but also inspires those around us to reflect on their choices. As we prioritize our peace through conscious decisions, we contribute to a culture of awareness and respect, paving the way for a more harmonious and supportive community. Self-care is an essential practice that underpins the process of making conscious choices and prioritizing peace. It involves recognizing our own needs, emotional, mental, and physical, and actively engaging in practices that nurture our well-being. By prioritizing self-care, we empower ourselves to create a life that aligns with our values and enhances our overall quality of life. At its core, self-care is about honoring our boundaries and listening to our inner voice. This means recognizing when to decline gifts or engagements that disrupt our peace and choosing to invest our time and energy in activities that uplift us. By making these intentional choices, we cultivate an environment that supports our emotional health and fosters resilience in the face of challenges. Engaging in self-care also involves setting aside time for reflection and rejuvenation. This could be through mindfulness practices, such as meditation or journaling, which allow us to reconnect with ourselves and assess our emotional landscape. By taking this time, we can better understand what we need to feel balanced and centered. This clarity empowers us to make decisions that resonate with our true selves, ensuring that we are not swayed by external pressures or expectations. Moreover, self-care extends to our physical well-being. This includes nurturing our bodies through proper nutrition, exercise, and rest. When we take care of our physical health, we enhance our ability to manage stress and navigate life's complexities. A strong physical foundation supports our emotional resilience, enabling us to engage with the world more fully and authentically. Additionally, self-care is about cultivating relationships that nourish us. By surrounding ourselves with supportive individuals who respect our boundaries and values, we create a network that encourages our growth. This not only enhances our emotional well-being but also reinforces our commitment to prioritizing peace in our lives. Ultimately, self-care is an act of love and respect toward ourselves. By engaging in practices that promote our well-being, we lay the groundwork for a fulfilling life characterized by conscious choices and peaceful interactions. This dedication to self-care empowers us to navigate relationships and gifts with greater clarity, allowing us to cultivate an environment that supports our emotional health. As we prioritize our own needs, we not only enhance our lives but also inspire those around us to recognize the importance of self-care in their own journeys. In this way, we contribute to a culture that values well-being, authenticity, and mutual support. Building a supportive community is a crucial extension of self-care and the conscious choices we make to prioritize our peace. A strong network of supportive individuals fosters an environment where everyone feels valued, respected, and empowered to be their authentic selves. This sense of community not only enhances our emotional well-being but also reinforces our commitment to self-care and healthy boundaries. At the heart of a supportive community is open communication and mutual understanding. By sharing our experiences, values, and needs, we create an atmosphere of trust that encourages deeper connections. When we express our boundaries, whether related to gift-giving or personal interactions, our community members are more likely to respect and honor those limits. This dynamic fosters relationships based on authenticity rather than obligation, allowing everyone to thrive. Moreover, a supportive community serves as a mirror, reflecting back our values and aspirations. When we surround ourselves with individuals who prioritize their own well-being and practice self-care, we are inspired to do the same. This positive reinforcement creates a culture of accountability, where everyone encourages one another to engage in practices that enhance emotional health and peace. The collective commitment to self-care fosters an environment that uplifts and supports each member's journey. In addition, building a supportive community involves actively seeking out connections that align with our values. This might mean engaging in groups or activities that resonate with our interests and passions. Whether through workshops, support groups, or community events, these spaces provide opportunities to connect with like-minded individuals who share our commitment to well-being. By nurturing these relationships, we create a network of support that enriches our lives and reinforces our dedication to peace. Furthermore, a strong community provides a safety net during challenging times. When we face difficulties or conflicts, having a network of supportive individuals can make a significant difference. They can offer encouragement, share insights, and help us navigate emotional challenges. This sense of solidarity can alleviate feelings of isolation, reminding us that we are not alone in our struggles. Ultimately, building a supportive community is an ongoing process that requires intention and effort. By fostering open communication, mutual respect, and shared values, we create a space where everyone feels empowered to prioritize their well-being. This commitment to community enhances our individual journeys, reinforcing our practices of self-care and conscious decision-making. As we cultivate these connections, we contribute to a culture that values support, authenticity, and emotional health, creating an environment where everyone can flourish. In this way, we enrich not only our own lives but also the lives of those around us, fostering a sense of belonging and connection that enhances our collective well-being. In conclusion, the journey toward cultivating a fulfilling and peaceful life is deeply interconnected with the choices we make, the self-care practices we embrace, and the supportive communities we build. By prioritizing our peace and engaging in conscious decision-making, we empower ourselves to create an environment that nurtures our emotional and spiritual well-being. This intentional approach allows us to navigate the complexities of relationships, particularly when it comes to accepting gifts and managing interactions, with clarity and integrity. Self-care is the cornerstone of this journey, providing the foundation upon which we can establish healthy boundaries and engage authentically with ourselves and others. By recognizing our needs and honoring them, we cultivate resilience and enhance our ability to face life's challenges. This commitment to self-care also inspires those around us, fostering a culture that values well-being and mutual respect. Building a supportive community further enriches this journey. When we surround ourselves with individuals who share our values and prioritize their own peace, we create a network of encouragement and accountability. This community not only uplifts us during difficult times but also celebrates our successes, reinforcing the positive choices we make in our lives. Ultimately, the interplay between conscious choices, self-care, and community support creates a harmonious cycle that fosters growth, resilience, and fulfillment. By committing to this journey, we not only enhance our own lives but also contribute to a broader culture that values authenticity, well-being, and connection. As we continue to prioritize peace, engage in self-care, and build supportive relationships, we pave the way for a more enriching and joyful existence, where we can thrive together in an environment of understanding and respect. This holistic approach not only nurtures our spirits but also invites others to join us on this transformative path, creating a ripple effect of positivity and harmony in the world around us.